For decades, the Indian Ocean and the 115 islands of Seychelles have made tourism its main source of income. However, the UN says the $100 billion estimated to be generated by coastal tourism in countries like this in Africa by 2030 may not be achieved because COVID-19 paralyzed business, and now many countries are just struggling to recover. Seychelles, whose economy was hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, says apart from adding value to tourism, it is looking at new ventures.
One of the key things that the government has embarked on is the promotion of the digital economy, because we realize that, going forward, the digital economy is going to be very important. This is what is going to help us to make us much more efficient and make opportunities a little bit more accessible in a way. So it's going from your education system and building the capacity from a very young age, building the capacity of the youth with the digital skills, but also the entrepreneurial skills.
The government here has also launched marine aquaculture sector.
My guide here tells me that there is already a demonstration center that has been set up in the city, and the government is encouraging local citizens to visit it in order to understand what it takes to invest in aquaculture and get whatever support they need from the government to set their own projects rolling.
The effective use of the blue economy has been key on agenda by government representatives from East and Central Africa meeting here in Victoria. While some are moving away from the dependence on tourism, others like Djibouti are looking at tourism as a new venture.
Like Djibouti, in my country, we're depending on the service, particularly logistics service. The port, because Djibouti was in a strategical position. So it's very important to diversify the economy. That's why our government in Djibouti was developed the new strategic plan, entitled Vision 2035. In this vision, we need to develop, other sectors like tourism, because we have opportunity like fishing.
38 out of the 55 African Union member states are coastal or island states, while 64% of the African continent is covered by a network of water sources. But environmental experts say the success of the blue economy is highly dependent on the safe existence of water sources.
Is the blue economy old wine in a new bottle? Or is it truly something that transforms our society to become more sustainable, more equitable, more participatory, so that we move away from business as usual, which is the reason why we are where we are. We can't, for example, carry on with industrial fisheries in the Western Indian Ocean, because those very valuable tuna stocks, which I call blue gold, are being decimated by foreign fishing fleets. So that cannot be part of the blue economy.
Countries are also looking at having joint tourism programs, as those that highly depend on imports like Seychelles plan to implement the African Continental Free Trade Area that will enable it trade more within the African blue economy. Coletta Njohi, CGTN in Victoria, Seychelles.